what's the difference between between Bernie and her? Because he's a socialist and she's a Democrat, but they're both running as Democrats. What's the answer to that question?
I got to tell you the truth. I don't think there's a dime's worth of difference between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. And I will tell you, you listen to her now, she's going so far to the left, that it's going to be hard to see her pretty soon. Right? I mean, the bottom line is that Mrs. Clinton is for higher taxes, bigger government. She is for this Iran deal. So she's for a weak American foreign policy, a diminishing of our military forces. She's for lessening our ability to be able to have good intelligence capability around the world to fight terrorism. I mean, the fact is that I don't really think it makes a darn difference whether they nominate from a philosophical perspective, whether they nominate Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton. And so, you know, fact is that the Democratic Party has a problem. Their problem is that Elizabeth Warren has taken over that party. That's who's taking it over. And they're all running to be just like Elizabeth Warren. I heard Hillary's announcement speech in New York City. I thought to myself, man, I didn't know Elizabeth Warren was running. I thought she said she wasn't. So, you know, Hillary will try to convince you come the general election that she's a centrist Democrat. That's what she's going to try to convince you. That's the same thing Barack Obama tried to convince everybody too, isn't it? Yeah. And he didn't look like much of a centrist to me. So, no, I don't see any difference between the guy who calls himself a socialist and the woman who calls herself a Democrat.